What's the definition of a king? Who can truly be king? Is it based on gender? Or how they rule with a scepter?
I've been way too humble and they don't respect that. Don't want roses, tell them to keep that. Come for their necks, coming for the throne. Move out the way, bitch, I'm in the zone. Save the apology, oh nah, you're proud of me. It's funny how they acting cause their motivation lacking. Feeling about my work, no, I had to put it back in. Got them real quiet, sitting in the back end. Better watch your tone, you a minion. And when I speak up, better listen. Give me a salute with attention. And I ain't got it back for recognition. I've been the boss, been in charge. Been the one who called the shots. But I was in the background, I ain't going back down. Dare you to challenge me, think I'm finna back down? Sitting on the throne with my ass out. Counting up this money like a cash out. Crown me king, I deserve that. Get on your knees and respect that. Sitting on the throne with my ass out. Counting up this money like a cash out. Crown me king, I deserve that. Get on your knees and respect that.
Welcome back, ladies and gentle ladies. We are back with another uncut, unfiltered, unquittable episode of the Pum Pum Panel. You can subscribe to the Pum Pum Panel on all of your favorite podcast networks. Be sure to follow and engage with us on social media. We're on the Twitter. We're on the Facebook. We are on the Instagram. They shall be popping up somewhere in this vicinity as I say that, right? So make sure you're keeping up with us online as well, because we all do really amazing things when we're not here at the panel in front of the newspaper wall. So if you don't know, I'm your host, Rabs, and in the co-pilot seat today is one of my legit one of my favorite Instagram foodies. Like, I need y'all to understand. Like, I stumbled across her profile one day and I was like, well, everybody in the family cute. I say, and everybody in the family made for Instagram, cause from the husband to the baby, everybody. I say this was a lot. No, seriously, y'all give it up for Devanya Hinsey. She's my co-pilot today. Hey, girl. Round of applause, baby lady. Sorry, eyes be ratchet sometimes. Hey, girl, how you doing?
I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited to have you.
Panels of the Pum Pums.
Panels of the, because the Pum Pum needed a panel.
It needed
It
panel.
needed some representatives. You know what I mean? Because the man them, they thought.
But they always think they know what's best for us.
Right. So it was time that the women's be responsible for the women's. Hence, we have the panel. You know what I mean? So tell the people a little bit about you. I didn't tell them your family is gorgeous and made for TV and Instagram and every other social media platform. But what else?
Okay. I mean, well, first of all, obviously, I'm a wife and mom of 3.
Yes. She got 3 babies.
3 babies.
3 beautiful. When I tell you, anyway.
They are pretty stinking cute. The
They
stinking
are.
is necessary.
The stinking is necessary.
I am an event planner by, career.
Okay. That's...
Ace Affairs, shameless plug.
Come on. I mean, if this is not the platform on which to shamelessly plug your wives, I don't know that one exists.
And, the pandemic has brought out the social media influencer in me as
Come
well.
on.
So
I'm here for this.
that's me,
I'm here for this. Event plan. So we can plan. You know what we should do? We should do a Pum Pum Panel live, but virtual.
Yeah.
That
would be fun.
You know what? Thanks. Y'all just let me figure it out in my brain. Okay. So if you were here for episode 1, then you already know what has to happen. Okay? Mm-hmm. So, if you're new, obviously, welcome. But if you're coming back, hey girl, hey boo, you know what I'm saying? So we do this thing called the Pum Pum Pledge. We make all our co-hosts and our guests and you listening and watching, yes, all of you. So if you're in your car, pull over to the side of the road, and I need you to, if you're watching at home, get in front of your computer, in front of your TV, whatever it is, however you are watching, I need you to raise your right hand and repeat after me.
I had to think about which one.
Which one is right? I hope y'all know y'all right from your left. Right? That's all Devon, you're teaching me right now. Know your right from your left. Okay, so raise your right hand and repeat after me. I
I,
state your name,
Devanya Hinsey,
promise to love, honor, and respect the Pum Pum,
promise to love, honor, and respect the Pum Pum,
to never abuse or neglect the Pum Pum,
to never abuse or neglect the Pum Pum,
and do all in my power
and do all in my power
to protect the Pum Pum.
to protect the Pum Pum.
This is my solemn promise.
This is my solemn promise.
Okay. See, now we got it out of the way. Now, I take this Pum Pum pledge very seriously. So don't be around here pledging to protect the Pum Pum and then low-key being neglectful and abusive. Let's not do that. Because if I find you, I can shame you. Okay? Good. I can shame you. It's all right.
We can at you.
Period. You're being added. Okay? Just know that. Thanks. Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, then boom, you already see the title. But if you haven't, what you doing? Go on over to the YouTube, search Isolation Television 242, watch the videos, watch episode 1, catch up, because we about to dive into some stuff, okay? Also too as well, we got cute for y'all today.
Yeah.
So if you're listening to this,
Screenshot that.
you know what I'm saying? If you're listening to this, what you may want to do is just hop over on the YouTube and, you know, watch us be cute for a couple of minutes. Because we fine in this. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Anyways, back to the matter at hand. Today's question is marriage or mortgage? Right? And I feel like we literally are the perfect duo because you are a whole married person with an entire family that is Instagrammable. And I I'm a single Pringle and proud of it. Let's be clear. Okay, single Pringle by choice. Because some of y'all niggas don't make sense. But you see what I'm saying? Like, so I wanted to talk about this because sometimes, like, when you scroll in Beyonce's internet, it seems like some women just want to be married to say they married when they should be focusing on themselves and like building their empires.
A lot of people want a wedding and not a marriage
Ooh.
too.
See now how Devanya and I'm married, so come in here throwing big rock already. Y'all see that? Big rock. She done call y'all out. First sentence. Uno want wedding and not marriage. Ooh. Okay, no. So let's talk about that because I 5,000% agree with you. I feel like people are literally just out here because they want to dress up and
they
drink
want
up
the
and they want the
attention,
pictures right. They want it to be about
want
them.
They want all the likes on Instagram and Facebook.
That's what they want.
But they don't want what come after that.
So what? Okay, so tell me what come after that because I won't be knowing.
Well, I mean, you know, marriage is obviously, that's a life commitment.
Right.
Like, that's not a party for a day and then you go back to being...
You have to share a room with a human.
Exactly. You have
for the
to
rest
share
of your
a
life.
house with them or an apartment or, you know, you have to share your space.
Right.
And
All the time.
all the time.
I do. Listen, I pride my...
What was the first thing I said when I walked in the door here? I was like, you know, when I get a break from children and husband is always a good time.
No, seriously, because I live in here and I have people over and that's fine, but go home.
Yeah.
Go home, friends. I love you, but go home because when a certain time hit, I just be like, I'm done. My people battery is at 0 and I can't do it. Okay, so people don't want, or do you think people understand the commitment of marriage? Because
No,
I low-key don't think, like, people want to be married, but we have not taught how to be good married people.
And there used to be a time when before you get married, you were required to do counseling.
That didn't happen.
I don't think a lot of people do it anymore. And if they doing it for like
For the sake of doing
2
it.
weeks, and then that's it.
I also think when they go to counseling, they just be lying to the people.
Yeah, and they don't be honest and getting deep down into it because they scared. They scared and you be like, oh, maybe
she can go off the wedding, or he can go off the wedding.
You shouldn't be doing this. I know that I think Catholic and Anglican churches
Because
require.
because I
if you
know
get married in the Catholic or Anglican church, you have to do it
Definitely
in
in
order
the
for
Anglican
the pastor
church.
to marry you.
Right.
But I mean, you know, there's JPs and marriage offices all over the place who
That's
just
very true.
jump in. Yeah, I
And
can
say,
marry you. Give me
yeah.
$400,
And you can be
that's the end
married.
of that.
So my whole argument is that marriage needs to stop being the end goal.
Right.
Right? It like everybody. I don't want to be married. I want to love who I love, but I don't necessarily want to be married to that man because he's high key get on my nerve. Like I need to be able to send him home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not an advocate for. I wouldn't call myself an advocate for marriage. Yes, there are benefits, but I'm like, there's so many other things that you could be doing with your life, like starting a podcast. Like
so
starting a content
there's two
network.
sides to that coin, right? So obviously, I mean, like there are people who they'll be boyfriend and girlfriend for 20 years. They'll get married and it all fall apart for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just knowing that
that's the
oh
carry
my
and
God,
bake syndrome.
Now I am locked down with this person on paper. This is my actual husband. That's my actual wife. And then you start to be almost resentful, and then everything just fall apart.
I call that the carry and bake syndrome because they was fine.
Yeah. So there's some people who it just works out better for them to be, you know.
See, but then also being a single woman trying to get things done for yourself, Lord, in this here country where the patriarchy reigns supreme, it is stressful. You to say the like, you know what I mean? Like it is difficult for even stuff like control over your own reproductive system.
Yeah.
Like as a single woman, you can't go if you're under a certain age. You can't go and get your tubes tied.
Yeah, even as a married woman, you can't go without your
husband's consent.
Permission.
Okay, so we sticking the pin right there. But let me
That's
tell you,
a whole not a podcast.
Jesus, no. So let me tell you how. I'm like, why are we doing this in reverse? Because women could only be pregnant once every 9 months.
Yeah.
Vasectomize the men. I know.
That's
I'm pretty sure.
Podcast again.
I feel like vasectomize ain't a word, but I'm claiming it on today. Vasectomize the men because that's a reversible procedure. You should have done. And I'm doing a little snap. And then when you ready to have a baby, unsnap the wire. That way, you could use all you want. With no consequence. You ain't gotta pick up nobody whole child and then abandon the woman and the baby. You don't have to do that.
Yeah.
There's a better way.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
that's a whole nother.
We're gonna have to do part 2. When we come back, man, part 2. That's the next. Just expect that. And I want y'all to engage and like talk to us in the comments because this serious stuff. You know what I mean? Okay, so we talking about marriage versus mortgage. Now, when I say mortgage, I don't mean necessarily that the woman have to go buy a house and put herself in it. None of that. But the idea of mortgage to me says build your own little empire. Have something for yourself. You know what I mean? Because as women, and we all do this, women have a very specific list.
Yeah.
Of what they want, of things they require from a man. The list is full of specificities. Okay, you gotta be this tall to ride this ride. You can't be bigger than this to get on this ride. All kind of things. You know what I mean? But what did you bring to the table, baby? You know, cause I like being able to throw my butt on the table and be like, baby, I got you. Like, I'm gonna work with this. I like that. That does make me feel some type of way. You know what I mean? I enjoy that. Now, if y'all was watching the first episode, I realized some of y'all niggas don't like that. But then y'all, in the same breath, y'all say women only call y'all to take them out and eat it.
Yeah.
So make it make sense.
Yeah. Which you gotta pick
Which
one.
you gotta pick one. Either you want a woman who could throw the bub on the table and pay for the two of y'all, or you want someone who's going to sit there
and whisper.
And twiddle her thumbs while the waiter brings the bill out, and you reach for your wallet. You have to make it make sense. You know what I mean? So I just feel like women should be taught, and I think this is really what it is. We are taught to us. You know what? The great prophet Beyonce, the great prophet, quoted another great prophet when she said, "Women are taught to aspire to marriage, but men are not."
Right.
But then we supposed to live in harmony, and it's supposed to fix. It's supposed to make sense. Like, how?
Yeah.
How are we supposed to say, okay, I've been planning my wedding my whole life. I know exactly what I wanted of a husband.
You know, like I wasn't planning my wedding my whole life.
Okay. So
when I met the person who I was like,
caveat.
oh, I want to marry him, I may have started like
in your head.
What would I do for wedding? But I wasn't like. Like, you know, when people be like, you know, I planned my wedding from I was 6 years old. Like, were you?
Maybe it's just the Caucasians.
Maybe, because that was not me.
Is it? Y'all let us know. Is that just a purely Caucasian thing?
I was not
Someone in
planning
the
a
room is
wedding
saying no, it's
at
not,
10
because
years
apparently
old.
she was planning a wedding from she was 4. I mean, I don't know who's be doing that, but okay. It's whatever. But that's generally how it is.
Mm-hmm.
You envision what it is. You envision what you want your girls to look like.
Mm-hmm.
You envision the flowers. You have this whole mental picture in your head,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the end goal. No matter what you accomplish on the way,
Yeah.
marriage is the end goal. And I think that's it's low-key disrespectful, but it's also it doesn't serve us as womankind any justice.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because I know women who have accomplished so much, right? But because they ain't walk down no aisle to nobody,
They feel like they haven't accomplished.
they literally feel like they have accomplished nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And see, that's a woman who is definitely not ready to be married, right?
Period.
Because if you don't feel accomplished with everything that you have done for yourself,
Right.
how you can go marry somebody?
Yeah, because
And
what
then
does
what?
that? Right. So
Then
what
you
does
can
that
be
do to
seeking
the dynamic?
then you can be seeking validation from your husband for everything. And then you can just be miserable. At some point, you're going to realize that you're not happy, even though you're married, because you need validation from him for everything. You don't want that kind of marriage.
So so what in your opinion is the ideal marriage dynamic?
So I will tell you that there's no such thing
Oh, okay.
as an ideal marriage.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I mean,
because everyone's different.
True,
Right?
true.
So I'll tell you from my perspective and my story. I was married at very, very young. I was 21. My husband was 23.
girl,
Right?
Yeah,
So
I can't even tell you the foolery I was doing at 21 because my mother might see this video, and I'm sorry, what?
So I'll say this. Firstly, I'll say, right? If you meet someone and you know that they the one, then they the one.
Then they the one.
Whether you decide to get married right then,
sentiment.
or you decide to wait because you wanna.
But do you really be knowing they the one now?
You'll know. You know, everyone was like, "Oh, y'all don't need to be getting married now. You won't be able to do nothing. You won't be able to
You
have
be
fun
locked
no
down,
more."
right?
And I was with my 21-year-old self. I was like, "But why, if I get married, I can't do anything?" So my thing is,
Yeah.
if you are not able to accomplish things for yourself because you are married, that's not a good partner.
Mm-hmm.
Because that means
Big rock.
your partner is not supporting what you want for yourself. Why would you marry someone who's not going to support what you want for yourself? Right? So when they would say, "Oh, you won't be able to accomplish nothing no more," and I was like, "But what?" So because I'm married, my husband ain't gonna let me do the things what I want to do in my life. When I met my husband, he was not even doing what he does now as a career.
Right.
He was not self-employed. He was none of those things when we got married. Now, he is
all of those things.
all of those things.
Come on.
Right? I had no amazing job or, making all kind of money. And I was doing one little entry level job type thing. And we still did it. And now we're both in our own ways.
Yeah.
Very successful, very
sensible.
accomplished. Taking care of the children don't starve.
Right.
So when people say, "Oh, you don't need to get married because you need to accomplish," I don't believe in that, because if anything, you being married should be an advantage.
Oh, come on now.
For you to accomplish what you need to accomplish, because now you have a partner who could say, "You know what? Like when my husband first left his job to start his own thing, I was like, you know what? I have a steady job now. I was working in the hotel at the time. I was like,
we can make
I
it
can
work.
hold things down until you get your clientele up." We
Come
sold
on,
his
partnership.
car. I was like, "We only need one car. You could drop me to work and you could go do what you gotta do. Pick me up.
Right.
And then we could sell the car, and the money from the car, we can put that in the bank. That could be our little savings
Cushion,
plan
right.
for, the time being."
Come on, have a plan.
He's never went to work back for anyone ever since. So,
You know,
it should be an advantage, not a disability.
you know when they say don't become unequally yoked? I feel like that's what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Because if your partner can't support, if you can't look at that man and say, I got his back and we can do this.
Yeah.
And he can't look at you and say, but it's a good idea she have. Let me jump in and let me do what I can do.
And then you can't be jealous of each other. Like how you be jealous of your whole husband or your whole wife.
You don't even know. Y'all watch Keys to My Heart. That's also an Isolation TV production. Watch it. It's also on this same here YouTube channel. Search the videos. There's an episode we did with a couple, Ethan and Olivia, and Ethan said that exact same thing. He says couples are out here in competition with each other, not even with the couple across the road, with one another in the same house, in the same bed.
And it's silly.
You can't be jealous of me.
No.
Okay, I cute and I do things.
And more often than not, it's probably a couple who was looking for a wedding and not a marriage.
Boy, Divine throwing all kind of rockets on, and y'all whole little fraudulent, y'all fraudulent renting and living accommodations, because that's all y'all is roommates.
Rabs tell me I don't have to be politically correct.
We said unfiltered and unwittable. At me, boo.
So here I
am. At us, okay? If you have a vibe, at the pum panel, because we don't play no games. No, but that's an interesting. Like I find it, this concept of couples being in competition, that is so strange to me. Like it hadn't even crossed my mind until Ethan said it in the episode. But to hear you repeat that's starting to make me feel like that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So you in competition with the person you laying on the side of, which means that you're not going to support anything they do because you don't want them to get the shine.
All the reasons why they shouldn't. And see, and that's why, my one good husband.
Amen, child.
I'm a very calculated and I'm an event planner, not, so I plan literally everything in my life. I have to write it down, and I am writing down the pros and cons, and I have to have these things before I can do it.
I aspire to get to the level of organization that Devania lives.
But, sometimes that holds me back, because then I always need something before I do something, and my husband will be like,
let's just
try hard, just do it, please.
Period.
Just go buy it.
But
just go get the thing.
No,
and
but you legit need people in your life like that. Someone who's
exactly
the balance.
Exactly.
The balance of it all.
I'll be there all day. Yeah, but but I could get this with that money, and he'll be like, just go get it, so we can do the thing. Yes, let's just go do it.
Oh no, I like that for you.
And that's what it should be. I mean, that's what your partner should be. Literally that. You don't have partners. You're not supposed to have partners. Think of it like a business.
Right.
If two people own a business and they fighting each other, the business is not going to do very well.
The business is going to flop. It's
the same thing in a marriage. If you ain't Bonnie and Clyde it out,
I like that.
Somebody gonna die.
Well, I don't want that. So, Devania, I don't want that. Hence why I should be a single pringle. Because I tell people all the time, I am not an easy individual.
Yeah.
I am once I'm single-minded. Once I done decide I am single-minded. I am relentless. I am annoying about it. I lose sleep over it. People just can't deal with that because I find that a lot of people require a lot of attention. That would stress me out. Because leave me alone.
And then I have to backtrack, right? Because I want the people say, oh, well, Devania say you can get married whenever. You don't have to wait. So understand, right, that knowing who you want to marry and knowing who you are two different things.
Come on.
Right? So if you ain't sure about who you are, what you want to do, where you going, if you aren't sure about your own self, probably should just wait a little bit. Just date him for a little while.
Yeah.
And figure yourself out, because you can do both.
Yeah.
Contrary to popular belief, you can be in a relationship with someone and also work on you.
I agree with that, but the relationship only works if you are both individually working on yourselves. Because I find too that women, we are constantly working. Well, some of us, let's be honest. We're constantly working on ourselves. We trying to make sure we staying in shape and staying healthy. We trying to get the degrees so we can make we can secure the bag. We trying to make sure the face stay beat. We're trying to do all of the things. What niggas out here doing, Devania?
Yeah. But that's why that's when you date and you figure that out. Because from the moment I met my husband, he may not have been the CEO of his own company, but I automatically saw his work ethic. It was very clear and plain to me, his work ethic, and I was like, this dude, he going somewhere. Places.
So this leads me to my question about potential, because I don't believe, I mean, have all the potential you want, sir. Right? Because if you are not potential, okay, so I need to like revert back to my 9th grade self in science class for a second. Potential energy and kinetic energy. You know what I mean? Come on, brain. Remember the terms. Right? So you can have all the potential you want. And I appreciate potential, because I look at some people and be like,
so much potential.
This boy could be so. If he just sit down and think for 2 seconds.
Yeah.
If he just sit down and think clearly for 2 minutes, he could run the world. And then he is just content to be up under me and not stress.
Oh, that contentness is a word. Contentment.
That.
English major.
Yeah.
That is and you can see that in people right away too.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate when dudes get too comfortable.
You're just comfortable.
Well, you better be on your P's and Q's. You better walk on your tiptoe around me for a little while.
Yeah.
You don't just immediately come and be comfortable.
If you don't see someone continuously progressing, Just go.
If you're not gonna be turning that potential energy into kinetic energy, into movement, into action, leave Emily Donna alone. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't have it in me.
Yeah.
But I really I want to encourage young ladies, especially when you're young. Everybody can luck out like Devania.
And this is true.
Everybody can luck out like Devania. You know what I mean? Listen. She said the special Ciara prayer. She said the CC prayer, the one that landed her, the Russell Wilson. She said that
she
prayer.
She gone through it to get that Russell Wilson too.
Listen to me, before Divine leave on display, she got to give me that prayer, because I'm going to have to pray that prayer because to get my mommy off my back. You know what I mean? She said the CC prayer, and now, she landed her good, decent husband. But all ain't good and or decent out in these streets. No. And so, ladies, you got to be careful. And it's not just a warning to be careful, but be able to do for yourself.
And follow your instinct.
Yes.
Plenty of us have the instinct and we ignore it. Because we're like, man, no, that's just me. That's just my brain.
Yeah, I be into...
That's your instinct and listen to it. Because it's almost always right.
Almost always.
That's anytime I meet someone new and my vibes ain't vibing, I just be like,
I know.
We ain't trying
to
progress in that relationship right there.
And that goes not just for romantic relationships too. Any relationship. If you don't feel, if the vibes ain't vibing,
the math gotta be mathing.
You see, the math gotta be mathing. Okay, and if it's not, the thing gotta be. And if it's not,
I'm very big on energies and vibes.
No, for it,
and you could feel if I come in contact with someone and I feel absolutely drained after
their aura dirty.
Yeah, I just be like, oh.
Some of y'all aura black. And not in the good way.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Black is beautiful, but y'all aura black and not in the good way. You know what I mean? So I want to encourage young women especially, even if you're dating, and it's good to date because you get to know yourself.
Yeah.
You know what you like, you know what you don't like, but you don't have to go through trauma. In order to learn the lesson. But sometimes
some women like that.
Man.
Some women, if it going too good, they need some drama, which I don't understand that. But that's another
therapy.
That's another one again.
Therapy. Just go.
You need to write these topics down. There's plenty subtopics coming out of this one.
We will rewatch The Witcher and then write them down. Because all of these topics could be episodes. But seriously, I always tell people, it's one thing to want to be in love too. And there's nothing wrong with, I don't want y'all to feel like, I tell y'all don't never get married, don't date, date.
Yeah.
Actually date. Get to know different people.
And that's another topic is Bahamians don't know what that means.
We go out 2 times and we together.
That's it. We go in.
We go. What are we, 12? The last time I was going with somebody, I was going with somebody.
Literally.
I was 12.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe 13 or 14, but you know what I mean.
We is go.
We go. No, we don't. Where we go? Where we going?
Nowhere on the phone. Text message.
Oh, I also too as well hate small talk on text. Just don't text me. If you have nothing, like I want to have conversations about substantive things.
Yeah.
Not what you doing. What you saying? Are you still
Ooh,
working?
what you saying? Ooh.
Ooh, you still working?
What am I saying?
I'm saying I no longer want to talk to you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm no longer interested in this conversation. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so again, we are not encouraging. We are not. Well, Devania is not anti-marriage.
No.
I haven't decided. I'm not an advocate of marriage.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
Not everybody.
Thank you.
Not everyone is gonna be married or want to be married, and you're not gonna die. I mean, at some point you'll die, but you're not gonna die because you're not married.
Right.
I mean,
and
it's gonna be okay.
I appreciate having the freedoms that I have to be able to go and come at whim. I can pick up right now and say going for it, and I don't have to check in with nobody.
Yeah.
I don't have to. That's the kind of thing I enjoy.
Yeah.
Like I tell people all the time, I can be the rich auntie. You know, come on.
And they be
Well,
the
I'm
best.
speaking-
They
I'm
be the best
speaking,
ones.
You know,
the cigarette smoking auntie is go to for a couple dollars because
like-
she only
like Annie,
her money is only hers.
Right. You're like, Annie, you can't give me them new Jordans. My God, kids, they can be, oh God, they so spoiled. They can be so spoiled. Because that's all I want to do. I don't want to push none out. And I don't necessarily want to be married either. Like,
Yeah.
I want, I want someone who, like you said, is going to support the fact that I am a low-key workaholic. Who is going to understand that I am a low-key workaholic, and who may also too as well be a low-key workaholic, because I'm attracted to workaholic personalities, like people who I see constant going after something. I like that. I find ambition attractive.
Yeah.
You know? So I want women, again, I've been trying to say this for the last 5 minutes, but you work on yourself. Make sure that you know what you bring to a table, so you're not just accepting any old thing.
Yeah.
And you're not easily impressed by the ring.
And I was gonna say, don't be so desperate to be married that you just settle for whatever. Whatever say, yeah, you wanna marry me? Yeah, okay.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If you take nothing else from this episode, don't do that.
No, don't be thirsty.
Drink some water.
Stay hydrated.
Yeah, drink some water. We don't know. And I find that, so the internet, the interwebs coined the phrase pick-me's. And I just be like, and the pick-me's is be out in full force. They be like, it's like they have a convention. They be out in full force, and whenever some man is saying something ignorant, they be like, yes, but I agree because the man is the head of the house and he is the king and he's the this. Is that a healthy?
That's
like
not a topic
I feel like that is the dysfunctional.
That's like I saw
dysfunctional marriage
I
dynamic.
saw one that was like a thread. It was like, who do you feed first? The husband or the children? And I'm like, who cares who get their plate first? Everybody eating, right?
They eat me.
What the hell? I was like, and I even asked my husband because I was like, is this actually? I was like, KJ, do you care if I feed you or the children first? He's like, what?
The man
like,
of sense.
I don't
The man of
understand.
sense.
I was like, okay, I was just making sure.
Right, because sometimes
Why
you
is
gotta
that-
ask yourself, like,
why is that an argument? You're supposed to feed the man in the house first. Who cares? Everyone's eating.
No.
Oh my God. And then it was another one. I don't never feed my man out of a paper plate.
Sweetie, he eat with it.
You do dishes, say. I prefer, if I have paper plates, I using them as opposed to dishes. So I don't gotta wash.
Use 2 dishes, okay.
Oh.
Because you have time to do dishes.
Who cares if it's a paper plate or a glass plate?
The Pick-Me Convention cares.
The food is the same in it.
The Pick-Me Convention cares. They have decided that certain things, like, and again, I keep having to remind people because the man's them already is be ready to defend this. So someone in the comments already asked me, are y'all accepting men as panelists like on the show? Because
no, because it's the pum pum panel.
Period.
You don't have one. So no.
Well, Devanya say no. So
how we can have a dick on the pum pum panel? I just do that.
Where they do that? Not at the
So y'all continue to
just spam
the comments.
Yes, just the man was like, y'all taking male. I was like, no.
Negative.
I didn't even answer the comments, sir. I know you see me and answer you. So, and if you watching this episode, my bad. But
don't at me neither. Don't at me neither.
Devanya say no, and don't at us either. Period. Full
go
stop,
make
end of
go
story.
make the peen panel.
The PP panel. Y'all can come out with your own version, the PP panel, and it'll be a war of the peas. It'll just be a war of the peas, so we'll see who wins. Okay, I just want you to know that the team that I have assembled is unwinnable. So if you're doing it, just prepare because we
load your clip.
You see that? Well, so the TikTok Draco. So y'all ain't on TikTok. I totally be on TikTok to lurk. I really just be watching.
I be TikToking.
I tell y'all I won't get like the Vanya because I just want TikTok too, but I'm like,
girl, TikTok it out. It has taken me about 4 days to learn some of them, but I just get it.
Like I can't do this, whatever this thing. I can't do it.
No, I don't like that yet.
I don't know.
I
don't know
skipped
how.
through them set. I learned that move yet, and that is being plenty of them.
That's like that's the new dance.
Yeah, that's the new thing.
All I know is the booger. And maybe the butterfly. You know, I can do the running man still. I can do the kid and play. But y'all don't know that. Y'all young people don't know that. But anyway. Anyway, so the moral of our story is make whatever decision you want about your love life, about your marital future. And don't let nobody shame you for what you want, but also have sense.
Yeah. And we need to normalize not getting in people's business. If they want to be single, let them be single. If they want to be married, let them be married. If they want like the same sex, let them like the same sex. What is it to you? Absolutely nothing.
Nothing. Period.
Is it really taking anything away from your life? If it's not, then just leave it alone.
She done talk. Thanks. That's it. End of story. Okay. Thank you. Okay, so we're moving on to a segment of the show that I'm calling the Pum Pum Pen Pal. Okay, so if you have a question, if you have a query, if you need some good big sister advice, if you want some good girlfriend advice and you feel like you can't talk to your actual friends without them judging you, the panel is here to assist you. Okay, now keep in mind that the advice issued by the Pum Pum Panel is for entertainment purposes only. Don't, I repeat, do not go out into the world and say Davanya and Rabs tell you to flat that man tire because he got on your nerve. I don't want bail money for you. You see what I'm saying?
On my good name.
You see that name? We women of good repute. Don't be out in the streets saying because y'all do the food. Don't say the panel. Tell y'all do nothing. Entertainment purposes only. We will try to be actually as helpful as we possibly can. But listen, everything we say is from personal experience. And if it applies to you, and you feel like you could apply this advice without ending up in jail, by all means. But don't end up in jail and then call Emily's daughter and say, you have to come bail. I ain't gonna bail money. Okay? So let's start with that. Okay. Now, we haven't gotten any official questions from the public because that's what I want. I want people to actually write in, and you can write in at isolationtvproduction@gmail.com. Just send or slide in our DMs. You know, if you follow me, slide in the DM with your question, and we will answer it on another episode. I mean, but if you're not going to do that, which you haven't done yet, we can borrow some questions from this girl troupe that I follow on Twitter. They're called 6 Brown Chicks. Hilarious. They're hilarious. Oh my goodness, you should follow them. Tell them I sent you. So they could get their followers. Anyway, you know how it works. But, right? But so they do this question and answer every week, and they field questions from their listeners as well. So the questions are messy. You ready, Devanya?
Let me get comfortable.
Yeah, prepare, brace unoself.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So the question today is, so there's context. She says, I confessed to my friend on her wedding day that I was still sleeping with her husband. We had a huge fight. She kicked me out the wedding. They got married and then ghosted me. All I got was this ugly bridesmaid dress and his baby inside me. The question then is, how do I convince them that I'm family?
What? There's so many things wrong. So many things. So many things. First of all, she was in the wedding, so she is a very good friend of this woman. Mm-hmm. If she's a bridesmaid, they ain't just acquaintances.
No, she know that girl. She like that girl as a friend. But the thing that troubled me, Devania.
But why you wait until the wedding day?
No, that ain't the thing that troubled me though. The thing that troubled me is the woman says she's still asleep with the friend husband. Still, as it that says to me that this has been going on. Wife probably found out about it and said, "We guys."
For her to say still.
Right, for her to say still. I feel like there was some exposure.
It can't be she didn't know and still had her as a bridesmaid though, because then she fooled, and I don't feel sorry for her.
I mean, wait.
I would hope.
Then the next troubling thing for me. The next troubling thing is, it's so many troubling things. The next troubling thing is, you done fight me up, but you still married a man?
That part I get. She probably, not that. Because truthfully, no, listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, let's see it.
Because they probably done signed papers anyway. Before
Annulment.
the thing. So she probably just didn't want to waste the money they already
Annulment.
So she probably just gone down to say, let me just do this.
Annulment.
But it's still after they ghosted her. So which means after the wedding, they stayed married.
Mm-hmm. And they just excluded her. Now, this is my thing. Like, so you could forgive the man, but you can't forgive your friend?
See, but there's just
because as women, we hold ourselves to a very, very different standard than we hold men. I will fight you over my man. Yeah. I will never speak to you ever again because you step on my shoes or you in return a pair, whatever's to me all these years ago, and you was telling other people, you will not talk to your girlfriend, your homegirl, for years. You may not talk to her ever again in life. Yeah. But this man done rag you. He done impregnate your friend. He done shame you in front of the entirety of the church. Mm-hmm. And your ma, your pa, your good granny, everybody done fly in for the ceremony and then ain't over.
This is another
show.
This is another show. Because so there's is always context to this kind of thing, right?
Yes.
The fact that they weren't married yet is kind of like
suspect-ish.
Yeah. But when you in a marriage and things like that happen, there's a whole laundry list of things that we'd have to go through. That's another show. We can write that down too. But so my first thing is with this particular scenario is why on her wedding day did you find it necessary to even bring it up? Why would you on the wedding day?
You know what
you in the bridesmaid's dress and you decided now is the time that you want to address the situation.
Yeah.
That's the first issue.
You trash girl.
Secondly, you was this girlfriend. You was a bridesmaid. You was a friend. How you get sleeping with a man in the first place?
My God.
In the first beginning.
In the first beginning, you're trapsy. You're messy.
And there's something so serious about a woman who could do that because you have serious low self-esteem.
No, she can kill.
And zero morals. If you could do that,
you could kill.
I could be a kiki in with you and I sleeping with your man. How you just even do that? How you just keep
because the
first of all be around them together.
Ooh.
And you know you asleep and you pregnant and you. I wonder if he knows she's pregnant.
But this is why I feel so. I didn't come up with a whole backstory for these people's story group, right? So I feel night before the wedding, she tell the man I pregnant. And he say, well, that ain't my problem. Mm-hmm. That ain't my problem.
You have a whole movie.
I have a whole, listen, I write for a living. This is how it happened, okay?
Yeah.
She tell him, I'm ready with your baby. I don't think you should get married tomorrow. He's like, miss?
Yeah.
This way, not then. So you could kick rocks and open those shoes, you and your baby.
Yeah.
And that just grinded. She was so mad. And that would be the answer to the question of why she decided to do it on that wedding day, because that man done pushed her to the limit.
But no, you can't be pushed to the limit because you was sleeping with someone man in the first place.
Right, he and yours.
He and yours to be pushed to any limit.
Yeah, he and yours.
And then to answer her question, you can't convince them that you is family because you done prove yourself to not be anything near family.
But ain't she though?
She's his family, not hers. That's his baby, and if she showing us his baby, because we don't even know. The way
plot twist.
The way she showing her trifling self, she probably ain't even 100% show.
Plot twists. This should be a movie.
Honestly,
we should write this screenplay and get this movie made.
But and I have it's very I can't stand women who is be with people man. I have a serious problem with that.
Listen,
I don't like the man just as responsible as that.
That's what I'm about to say.
So for example, right?
Because that's your relationship. If you don't respect your relationship, Devanya, why should I respect your relationship?
For example, the Chloe and Tristan situation.
Oh, Charlie, he's community peen, girl. Everybody knew he was community peen. And she just went there and engaged up the hubbied up the community peen.
I don't think they're engaged, are they?
They're not. I don't know no more.
She had a ring on, but that's not an engagement ring.
I stopped keeping up with the Kardashians a long time ago.
But my thing with the whole Jordan and Tristan thing, right? She trifling.
Jordan?
Yes.
Ooh.
Okay.
Jordan, Devanya said you trifling, girl.
And because my thing with her, everyone was like, oh, if she could forgive Tristan, she need to forgive Jordan. And my thing is no, because Jordan has been in that family's life for forever.
True.
Tristan just reached.
True. The loyalty should be struck on her side.
And Tristan is the father of her child, so she has to be able to do some sort of forgiving to be able to co-parent with him for the sake of her daughter.
Fair. This is the married perspective, because
so
how she coming and bringing a little bit of sense, but it wasn't gonna be me and the man.
So he has to be in her life, whether she like it or not. Whether she decides to get back with him or not and she seems to be very protective of her space when it comes to him. She seems to be really very super careful about not wanting to rush into things with him or whatever.
Okay.
Because I watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
Girl, I ain't watching.
And I personally love Chloe. I have a little soft spot for Chloe.
Lord.
But for people to be like, oh, she need to apologize to Jordan. First of all, Jordan trifling, because why you was there in the first place? Why were you the last one in your best friend's sister baby daddy house? Why you was the last one there? Why were you the last one there?
Because we always hang out together and we always friends. I didn't think he was gonna try me.
Oh, no. Tristan is 6 feet how much tall? It takes him a minute to come down to give you a kiss. You let him kiss you, boo. He kissed me. Sweetie, who you fooling? And when she gone on that red table talk with Jada.
With Auntie Jada?
Well, I was sitting on the arm of the couch and my legs were over his legs. Why?
Oh no, that.
Why?
Yeah, no, I didn't watch the whole.
Why were your legs over his legs? See, it's things like that. I used to be like, no,
You tried it a little bit.
You
tried it a little bit, sis.
If Chloe was in the house, you wasn't gonna be crease up with your leg, throw over him. Oh, I wasn't sitting on his lap. I was on the arm of the couch, and my legs were over his. That's still too close, honey.
Shorten your story like the sound again.
It's too close.
And pick this apart.
I was like, nah, Jada, I noticed your niece, but at that moment she's supposed to be like, now, Jordan. Why were your legs?
Is that the voice that she's supposed to use too? Why
were your legs over? No, she was like, I was on the arm. Jada is being. No, why? Why were your legs over his legs?
You know what inappropriate. You know what inappropriate contact looks like.
So see, these are the reasons why I can understand why Chloe was like, that was like her little sister. That's like her little sister.
This all I saying is, in this particular everybody go home.
Yeah, that situation right there.
The man could go. The girl who said, and you had the nerve to call the bridesmaid's dress like you ugly.
Yeah.
The audacity.
Just the gall.
The unmitigated gall. You and now you want me family if you don't come and dress ugly.
Yeah.
God, if you don't go sit down in the corner and leave me
How,
alone.
like, how you even sit down to have a conversation and tell someone, but after all of that, I'm your family.
Girl,
No, honey.
she tried
you
it.
his family.
She
You ain't my family.
Yo, she tried it though. Like I don't, sis.
But on the wedding day,
You don't convince
that was
them.
the first part.
Yeah, no,
Just
you
the
don't
first
convince
part is
them.
like,
the
no,
answer
just
to the
cut.
question is they cannot be convinced.
No.
They have ghosted you for a reason.
That's it.
Accept the ghosting and call it a day. Go raise your baby.
Yeah.
Just go raise your
I mean,
baby.
it's unfortunate, but
Tell the baby it's daddy dead.
You shouldn't have
Lost in the war.
Shouldn't have been sleeping with people, man.
Lost in the he never came home from Iraq.
But what do you think women is expect to come out of a situation like that? You think
I feel like some women have this delusion that they are going to be like they pum pum is gonna be the one that makes him see.
What
Sunshine for Gucci.
What Miss Dawson is called it? The Onka Wonka?
The Unca Wonka.
They have the Onka Wonka.
They have the Unca Wonka.
Well, child.
And then a lot of times women will say, well, he's going to see that I'm a better fit for him than her. He's going to, you know what I mean? I am going to show him. I'm not going to stress him out. I'm going to be there. I'm going to support his dreams.
But
that's what I be doing.
Share.
See, okay.
You just can't
You
share.
know, I don't like people. So if you go home to stress somebody else, I would go.
But no.
No way. Devanya say no. Devanya say no. I'm sorry to tell y'all. But the answer to this, oh gee, I can't wait for y'all to start sending in your own questions because I feel like the local questions can be just as messy.
Yeah, Dread.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited about the mess.
Going on.
I'm excited about the mess. Oh God,
They can be the kind of question and be like, Rob, someone really wrote that.
Someone we can be like
hair and Nassau.
You like for true? It happened here and not.
USA is the capital of sweetheart.
That's the national pastime.
Oh jeez.
That should be an Olympic sport at this point. Just
Child, and I don't judge no one because you ain't past nothing till you're dead. That's what I always say.
She's not wrong.
Yeah.
Okay, so but like we said, the answer to this question, you are not family.
No.
You cannot convince them. You should just go raise the baby, okay?
Child.
Okay. Bye now. Okay, so we've come to the segment of our show that I like to call the Boom Boom Bullies. You are the Boom Boom Bullies. Woo, woo, woo. You know, come, you lock up. You lock up. Period.
Lock up.
Right? Because sometimes y'all niggas need to get shamed. Because y'all be out here doing the most. I mean the actual factual most. And the only way I feel y'all can stop is if someone shame y'all. So this segment is dedicated to doing just that. Okay?
At least we hope we can shame y'all. Because
some of y'all shameless.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God. But we can hope. So we can pray. We can pray about it. We can say the pum pum prayer and the pum pum pledge.
Mothers.
Who raised you? Wolves? No, wolves do a better job. Wolves have done a better job of raising their young.
Yeah.
Okay, so this week's Pum Pum Bullies comes to us courtesy of this girl that I found on TikTok. Her name is V, the singer. She's a Bahamian. She's a beautiful voice. So go onto the TikTok. If you're not on TikTok, I encourage you. Just go lurk. It's hilarious on TikTok. Like, I love it. I'm going to eventually become an actual TikToker like Devanya because she's be doing things. I ain't there yet. Like,
TikTok is dangerous because you could be sitting down.
You will scroll
for
your whole
hours.
life away.
Hours.
You will scroll your life away. It don't even make sense.
I like TikTok mostly because it gives me so many ideas and ways to annoy my husband. I'd be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that to KJ.
This poor man. Poor KJ. Lord bless him.
You know, we have a baby daddy series going on TikTok.
Okay. So, Devanya, give them your TikTok so they could go see the Baby Daddy series.
Oh, everything is my name, Devanya Hinsey.
Devanya Hinsey. Follow Devanya Hinsey on the TikTok so we could all revel in the torture that she gives to KJ because clearly she on a mission to stress them on her. But
so
yes,
fun.
so V the singer, we found her on TikTok. And so she got a DM recently from a guy, which she shared with the public, right? And in the DM, the guy, he prefaces his comments with how beautiful she is, you know, and how he just see her and he's like, mother mine, you know? He's taken aback by her beauty. And he just wanted to know if he could eat the pum pum.
Well,
He don't know this. Hold on. He don't know her from nowhere. He don't know her in real life. This is just someone that you see on Beyonce's internet, and you said, "Yes, I got beg to eat the Krabby."
Well, the first thing that would cross my mind is you nasty, because how
You
much
even know
DMs
me.
you going in
Right,
saying the
'cause you
same
don't-
thing,
you don't-
hoping someone
Somebody-
give you the response you want.
But we ain't even get to the truly troubling part yet, right? So she, in response, she asked her audience, she's like, how am I even supposed to respond to something like that? Because, and I'm editorializing here, I'm adding on, because you know that's what I used to be doing. I used to come up with backstories and things. So if I say yeah, right? I invite you to my place to eat the pum pum. Like you asked.
Yeah.
What you can tell your boys is, oh, that one, she's a whole lady. She didn't. I only slide in the DMs once, and she didn't. You know
That's
what I mean?
it.
And then you can also add on to the story, because the part of his message also said, and we're gonna put the message out, but it also said, you know, we don't even have to sex. You don't have to have sex if that ain't what you want. You know, I just want to eat it. I said, wait a second.
It's very interesting.
Very, right? So she asked, so she's like, how am I supposed to respond to that? Because, like I said, you can tell your boys, and you got add on to the story like you was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which you wasn't necessarily doing. Then, here come the Pum Pum Police. A commenter with the handle @HumbleMusicAndy. Yes,
Yeah,
you,
we got
sir.
you. No,
I mean-
no blurred lines here.
I said unfiltered and unquotable. This is not the smoke you want, Andrew. Andy. You know? So, see me in the streets. Because you did this, and now you have to be called out for it. So he basically says, you can't say nothing. He says this to her in the comments. You can't say nothing until you wear your real hair, eyelashes, and eyebrows. And then he have the nerve to spell eyebrows wrong. You have, dear Auntie, if you are going to attempt to be smart, don't show yourself you're dumb. Don't show us that you're dumb, please. Because eyebrow that's a great tree word.
But like, it doesn't even have anything to do with what she asked. She wasn't even being insulting.
Right. All she said was, how am I supposed to respond to something like that? And the fact that that's the first Andrew.
But he didn't even answer the question with sense.
This
You
tells
can't
me-
say nothing. Well, but she didn't say anything. First of all, she asked a question.
She
ain't say nothing.
This is why this is the problem I have, because men will excuse bad behavior on other, because the other comments was like, well, he was just being honest, this and that and the third. I'm like,
But it's a way to do things.
approach me like a human. I'm a whole person, a very accomplished person. Please approach me like you have some sense. Don't.
But that's what you start off with.
Don't.
Do you think that there are actually relationships being birthed out of inbox messages like that?
Yes. Yes.
Like, if that's how you start
Yes.
your relationship?
Yes. I honestly, truly, I believe that there are. Yes.
Wow, like,
I do.
you
I
know,
do.
some women just be like, he was just so bold and he knew what
Yeah.
he wanted,
Yes, that's
and he just, he went for it.
That's exactly what some of the women in the comments were saying.
Ah!
At least they being honest. He tell you what he want from the jump, so you could make a decision. People is confuse honesty
Let's just
and
value
disrespect.
ourselves in 2021.
People confuse honesty and disrespect
Yeah.
as the same thing, and it's
'Cause
not.
That's hella disrespectful.
Because he could have stopped that. I think you're beautiful. I'd like to get to know you if that's okay.
yeah.
Because you
Start
could,
there.
You could finagle a eat the pum pum conversation in person.
Yeah.
If that's really you see what I mean? If that's really your end game, you could finagle that in person. That don't really have to be the opening line. That ain't the opening salvo to me.
No.
You know what I mean?
Not at all.
I just
Do not recommend. 0 out of 10.
You see what I'm saying? And Andrew, you're a musician, Andrew.
You know the
humble
type
music.
of dude Andrew is? Andrew is those dudes, like when you out somewhere and you like walk in and they be like, oi, oi. And you be like, okay. And you continue on your way because you was minding your own business.
Period.
And then you be like, okay. And you ignore or you just like kind of blow them off. No, don't. When you just be like, okay.
Yeah.
And you keep going.
Thanks.
Minding your business. He's the sad who's be like, yeah, that's why your p stink anyway. Sir!
You was just trying to get in this hair vagina.
Sir!
This was the that you wanted 2 seconds ago.
A second ago, I was seek, oi.
Right.
But now...
Why are men? Why are men? We are confusion. Why? We are confusion.
I imagine that Andy has done that a few times.
Andrew.
Yeah, that's why your weave ain't, your hair ain't real, and your brows ain't real.
Your crusty weave, girl, you need to go wash that weave.
And that's why you can't get no man now. Yeah, because I don't respond to DMs with,
Yeah.
I don't respond to people wanting to eat me out who I don't know.
Andrew, I know your music not good. Like, that comment has told me everything I need to know about you, and it also tells me that your music is whack. Like, it's probably garbage juice. I probably don't. It's probably like the worst mumble rap type, like.
And Andrew. When you're in primary school, and the little boys be like, that's why your head big. Oh.
Are you 12, Andrew?
Ooh.
Are you a 12-year-old e-thug? Because if you are, I need you to go home.
No. My hair's not real.
Or go to the...
My eyebrows are not real. Oh my goodness, I have on makeup? Oh my God,
How dare I?
I'm so hurt by your comment.
I have been catfishing the universe this entire time. How dare you call me out on it? What the hell are you talking... Sir. Boy, bye.
Bye.
Okay? Come. You lock up. You lock up. You lock up.
No bail.
End of story. Okay? So, no. So, because Andrew is out here acting a monkey doodle fool, I feel like we have to find the balance. And so we go from Pum Pum Police to Pum Pum Pal. And a Pum Pum Pal is basically a man who is also an ally, who understands that you can't just roll up in woman DMs and say, let me eat your crabby.
Yeah.
Because that's not appropriate.
I just don't understand the logic
That's
behind
not appropriate.
I just I would like to know his thought process.
Yes. I do as well. I also do as well need to know what he was thinking.
Yeah, like what he was like, let me just send this message. What was going through your head when you added that little piece?
That's the verbal equivalent of an unsolicited dick pic.
Yeah.
That's what that was.
Like,
that was a dick pic but with words. Sir, I don't know you like that.
I could imagine she was reading that and then she got to that and she was like, wait, what? Let me read that one more time.
No, I felt so bad because she was genuine. She was like, what is a woman supposed to say to that? Because if I tell you, no, and it's an honest question. Because if I tell you about your stink running, you know what? Then you would say, oh, you said, she thinks she better than people. That's what you would say about Emily daughter.
You just block and delete them. Yes, don't even give them the energy.
That's true.
Because if they can come out with that thing, it make no sense. No one care how long you run on with them.
Also do as well that.
You just bye. Okay, bye.
Bye. So we have moved on. We're moving on to the Pum Pum Pal, right? And today for the Pum Pum Pal, I've chosen someone that I know personally. I love him dearly because he's been my ally in situations like real talk. And that's Rashad Lamont, aka LL Cool Gay on Instagram. I know Dash. We love him. When I tell you, say what you want. Feel how you want to feel about Rashad Lamont. But he's mine. Like, and the way he's moved to protect all of the women around him, like all of us will hang out, we'll go out. He's made sure everybody's straight. He don't leave nobody behind. He's call out the foolery and the wherever it needs to be called out. And we appreciate him. We appreciate him for that. Because, you know, he's shady. You know, he's shady, but we love it. You know what I mean?
We love shade.
We love a good shady. Ooh, we do. We enjoy the shade. Long Island palm tree shade.
Yes.
That's the kind of shade I want. You know what I mean? And he is our pum pum pal. Like, if you have someone in your life or you know someone who you feel like, you know, deserves some recognition being a male ally. He's talk sense, he's defend women, he's not a misogynistic, he's fighting the patriarchy, all these things. Recommend them. You know, send us a little DM and be like, I think y'all should feature this person as the pum pum pala this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's hard to find them.
Which is sad.
It's sad, but it's true. It's hard to find them.
Yeah.
And so I need all the help. We need all the help we can get. So if you know a pum pum pal, please DM us, send us an email, call me personally if you know me like that. You know what I mean? Just say, I think this person, because I be scouring the interwebs all over Beyonce and Blue Ivy's internet, trying to find pum pum pals each week. And I love finding people who make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love finding men who understand that we ain't gonna survive in the world without each other. And as long as you're protecting black women, and I mean black women, all women, but black women specifically, we all better off for it. You know what I mean? So nominate your pum pum pals, and we'll make it happen. Okay? All right. So I think we have officially come to the end of the show. Wow.
Really? I don't want it to be over.
We don't want it to be over. I know you don't want it to be over either. I know you've enjoyed us. We're fabulous. I know. It's okay. But we will be back next week with more foolery, more funniness, more uncut, unfiltered, and unreadable conversations. So till next time.
What's the
We out.
definition of a king? Who can truly be king? Is it based on gender? Or how they rule with a scepter?
I've been way too humble and they don't respect that. Don't want roses, tell them to keep that. Come for the next, come for the throne. Move out the way, bitch, I'm in the zone. Save the apology, oh nah, you're proud of me. It's funny how they acting cause their motivation lacking. Feeling about my work, no, I had to put it back in. Got 'em real quiet, sitting in the back end. Better watch your tone, you a minion. And when I speak up, better listen. Give me your salute with attention. And I ain't got a beg for recognition. I've been the boss, been in charge. Been the one who called the shots. But I was in the background, I ain't going back down. Dare you to challenge me, think I'm finna back down? Sitting on the throne with my ass out, counting up this money like a cash out. Crown me king, I deserve that.